Hi, everybody. It's Dominic from the MS Guide. And today we have a very special guest. His name is David Martin, and he's the Chief Executive Officer of one of the largest MS charities in the UK, who specialize in nurses, among some other really good things, which we're going to discuss. And that discussion is going to happen now. David, can you tell us a bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, Dominic, thanks for having me on the MS Guide, first and foremost. So I've been at the MS Trust for just over 3 years. As you say, we specialise in putting additional MS nurses into the NHS. That's the one thing that we do that none of the other MS charities do. And more latterly, we've also been putting advanced MS champions into the NHS as well, helping some of those 40,000 people who are effectively suffering with advanced MS because there's not a lot of support for them. Yeah. When I'm not at work, I've got a little puppy called Remy, and I'm obsessed with cycling.
Yeah, I share your obsession with cycling, but not so much these days. Funnily, it's the MS. But David, I know when we were talking before we did this and you agreed to come on, it's really my interest with the channel to try and get the most patient focused possible. And because you run a very significant charity, I was hoping you could share with us how you felt the best way that patients can engage with the MS Trust or other charities to get the most for them.
So, Dominic, I think if there were 3 things that you were going to look at from the MS Trust, if you're somebody, perhaps you're newly diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, you want to think, what's the best 3 things I can get out of the Multiple Sclerosis Trust? I would say, first and foremost, go to our inquiry line. It's free and it is fantastic. It's fully professional. Not all inquiry lines can say that in the MS space. And I would say it's the most informed. We've got the best experts across the sector on there. So number 1 is the inquiry line. Number 2 is something called our decision tool. So you'll find it on our website, which is at mstrust.org.uk. And basically, if you're trying to decide which disease-modifying drug is best for you, go on there and have a look at the pros and cons of all the different drugs. I know it's used by MS nurses. I know it's used by neurologists. So by and large, that's the place to look. So have a look at our inquiry line, have a look at our decision tool. And third, but last but not least necessarily from the MS Trust, I would say have a look at our Facebook group. It is huge. More than 13,000 people offer each other peer-to-peer support. It's wonderful. It's really, really lively. And there's loads and loads of expert advice. I mean, advice from the experts who are the people living with MS. So that Facebook group is just wonderful. So if you're looking at the MS Trust, that's where I would go for those 3 headlines. But Dominic, there's other stuff, isn't there, across the MS space as well?
Can I interrupt you for a second, David? I will put all the links to everything that David has discussed in the description of the video. So anything that we cover, I'll put there. So sorry, David, I wanted to say it before I forgot. Also, there's one other thing. You guys do a magazine, which is available. I didn't even know you can get it as an app on your phone, so you don't have to send paper through the mail. And I'll put a link to that there as well.
Yeah, and it's a great mix of news, research, and information about what's going on in the MS space. And probably the best news, it is free. It's the only free magazine in the MS sector, so it's worth signing up for.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I cut you off. So now talk about the other people that do things.
Well, if I was going to select 3 highlights from the rest of the MS charity space, I think there's 3 things in particular that I would direct somebody towards, particularly if they've just been diagnosed. So certainly it's a smaller charity, it's called MS UK, based in Essex, and they've got a brilliant phone counselling service. It's only been going for the last year or 2. I know a number of people who have actually used that and used it really successfully. So it is free, but you might have to go on a waiting list for it. Brilliant service, and I direct people towards that. And we certainly do that from the MS Trust. So that's from MS UK. One of the things I hear time and time again from people living with MS is that they're lonely, that the company just isn't there for them. They don't get the right support. So there isn't one budding service. There are 2 wonderful budding services. In an ideal world, those 2 services would come together. But there's one service at Shift. There's a separate service at the MS Society. And I would say have a look at both of those and think about, is that something that might be able to provide? Again, it's people living with MS supporting other people live with MS. It's a wonderful service, and I believe it's free as well. So worth looking at those. So MS UK for the phone counselling, the budding service from Shift.ms and the MS Society. At last, and possibly least, some great lifestyle tips from an organisation, a charity called Overcoming MS. I'm a bit nervous about mentioning it, not because the lifestyle tips aren't great, they are fantastic, but the title of the charity Overcoming MS, the reality is you cannot overcome MS, as you and I well know. You can manage it, you can't overcome it, but even so, go and have a look at their website, get some ideas about the food you should be eating and the stuff you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, I think that's really good. So if I was going to sum up now, with the MS Trust, you've got the helpline, you've got the decision aid, and you've got the Facebook group, and then I threw in the magazine as well. And then with the other three people, you've got the buddying system. I'm a Shift MS buddy as well. So, I think it's because I'm Canadian. My buddy's in Halifax, Nova Scotia, even though he's a Mexican guy. But it's good. You can just talk people through stuff and you forget how much you know, when you're talking to somebody else. And the OMS stuff, and you mentioned one more, it's the MS UK counseling line, which is slightly different from getting the information. It's being able to talk to another person, isn't it? And that's free. That's excellent. David, look, that was a really nice, quick rundown. So people in the UK know where to start getting the best from charities. David, I know you're really busy. Thanks very much for taking the time to join the MS Guide.
Thanks for having me, Dominic, and I look forward to talking with you again.
Brilliant. All right, take care. Bye-bye.